Hi, this is Julie Hennrikus from Your Ladders. Your Ladders is an online business school that I've created for performing artists to help artists get over obstacles, real and perceived, in their paths, because we need artists to do their work, and so I'm here to help that. And today I'm doing a 5 Arts Thoughts video on branding and what that can mean. Like many of the conversations that I've been having on this video series, there will be other videos that come up around the topic, and I certainly cover more about this in my classes, but I just want to talk about branding and what that can look like and how you can start thinking about that as an organization or as a solo practitioner. Number one, when you're branding yourself or your company or your work, you are managing expectations. You're letting people know what to expect. And it can be subtly, right? It can be because of the colors you choose, or because of the fonts you use, or because of the music you use on your website, whatever it is. That's part of branding, is making sure that everyone understands what you do and that you manage the expectations for folks as they find you. Number two, a good way to think about branding is to make sure there's coherence across all your platforms. Does your Facebook page and your website and your Instagram account and your Pinterest page, whatever else you have, do they all have similar headers? Do they all look like they're part of the same conversation? And if they aren't, what can you do to make sure they all feel coherent so that people are understanding who you are as an artist across all of these platforms? Number three, one simple way of thinking about branding is to make some decisions. And of course, I say simple, but it's not simple because it takes a while. But think about the fonts you use, the colors you use, about any tags you use or taglines you use, and use those consistently. If you look at your ladders, you'll see the same purples and greens, blue once in a while, black and white, but I try to use the same color palette everywhere. I have the hex codes written down, so when I'm on a new site, I can choose those right codes, and that's part of how I've decided to brand Your Ladders. So you should make some of those decisions yourselves. You can go and look up font pairings and on different sites, and they can help you pick 2 or 3 fonts that kind of say what you want to say, and then you just use them consistently on everything you do. And that just helps create a cohesive package around your branding. Number 4, if you're an individual artist, you can still have a branding conversation with yourself, whereas you do use the same fonts, you use the same colors, where expectations as people visit your website or go to your Facebook page are managed or are coherent. You know, if you send out a postcard, make sure it matches what the website looks like. How do you want to brand yourself as an artist? And then how can you get materials to help support how you're branding yourself? It's a good conversation, and as solo practitioners, you can still benefit from having the conversation. And number 5, once you've made these decisions, make sure you write them down and you share them with everybody who is working with you on anything. If you've got a web designer, if you've got somebody who's helping you do postcards or bookmarks or whatever you're doing, make sure everyone's on board and they know which fonts to use, what colors to use, and what part of your branding is. If you've got a tagline, even if it's not something you publish, but something you think about internally, then let people know, because that's part of your branding and you want to be coherent. So those are my 5 arts thoughts about branding. We'll have more conversations about branding coming up, and certainly there are in the marketing class on Your Ladders. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you at the next video. Make sure you subscribe to this and you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll be in touch.